Hi, and welcome to everyone. Happy Friday to each and everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to those in television land. Happy Friday to you and those of our silent subscribers. Welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the continued support and for everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. Happy Friday. Really appreciate each and everyone, and to all our new subscribers, welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate each and everyone. Hope everyone had a wonderful and productive week and is looking out to have a wonderful and restive weekend. And for those who have to work this weekend, like myself, I hope and pray that it work will not be too hectic. So I'm just gonna acknowledge those are here in the chat. Tiffany, welcome. Happy Friday. Mitch Boot, it's thumbs up done. Also, Miss Monica, welcome. Happy Friday. Thanks for the thumbs up. Grace and peace. Thanks for that thumbs up. Sorry, and Chuck Life, welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining. He's saying, thank God it's Friday, and he's showing flames. And he's also saying, blessings to Tiffany. All right, so guys, if you're new to the channel, please show some support by subscribing and turn on the post notification bell so each time we upload a video, you can be notified. And also share out the live as you come in and also thumbs it up. Would really appreciate that. Moderator Maya, welcome. Happy Saturday to you over there in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you being here. So I am just gonna go ahead and do some housekeeping as usual, and Baron, you can take over. Oh, before you do, welcome to those over on Facebook. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate the support. Um, yes, Baron, you can go ahead. Let me just.
Okay. Once again, welcome to all my ardent listeners. Right. And thanks for being here and, of course, inviting us into your space digitally. Right. We really appreciate that. Now, of course, as you see the topic there, right? Democratic socialism versus capitalism, right? We are going to discuss that, but that is the main topic, so we're gonna push back that for later. We have two other topics that we want to, of course, discuss as it relates to the Beryllium security guard who unfortunately got killed. And of course, we had learned that black man, right, Wandan Gang was set free. And to me, there is no surprise there. But as we go into the details, right, you will understand why I say no surprise there. From time to time, right, I've been here and I have spoken as it relates to the criminal justice system that it has gone rogue. So we are going to get into that detail. But we want to look on security detail as it relates to, those companies like the Guardsman, the Marksman, the Atlas group of companies, those companies who are in the business of escorting or moving monies to and fro, right? And truth be told, right, the general security detail, right, for these companies, right, is really mediocre as it relates to the current set of criminals who are now in Jamaica, right? I think the criminal network has grown and, of course, daring, right, and extremely aggressive. And that being said, the important difference that's set aside as it relates to the criminal network in terms of their weaponry, right? And what the security servicemen are using to deal with that escort or protection as it relates to that escort. I say it is mediocre because when you look on the security guards' weapons in terms of protection, and let me say condolences goes out to the security guard who security guard family who lost his life. Right, it's a very sad situation. But with that situation, Jamaica should look, and the government should really look and try to do some urgent changes to the entire system. And let me explain it. I have heard persons are saying that, okay, all right, the security guards, they weren't that alert and so forth and so forth. And the truth be told, in terms of my experience, there's no amount of alertness that could prevent that sort of situation as it relates to what happened, right, where the security guard was killed. Now, I am going to talk about weaponry. If you look through Guardsman security detail, if you look through Atlas Company security detail or any other escort companies, you will realize that their weapons of choice are all conventional weapons, like the 38 Special, 38 Slug, right? And the maximum weapon that they will have in their arsenal might be a shotgun, which is really conventional weapon. Now, as it relates to the protection that they are offering, right? Kenneth Benjamin, who owned Beryllium, Marksman, Guardsman, and several other companies, right? The truth be told is that Benjamin cannot really advance their security status as it relates to protect them against certain type of weapons that are in the possession of these criminals. The weapons that we are talking about and the weapon of choice, particularly that's used in the Beryllium situation, is an AR-15 rifle. So guys, an AR-15 rifle is one of the most deadliest semi-automatic rifle. And I'm going to show you as it relates to certain research that I had done. So then, even although that the Beryllium situation bring about one person being killed, right? The truth be told, if those gunmen wanted to do more damage, they could have easily done it having an AR-15 in their position. There is no protection, right, against this weapon as it relates to the current crop and the status of Jamaica so-called security escort. There is no protection whatsoever. So whether the security want to be alert, whether the security want to be quick or whatever, right, they cannot avoid an attack when it comes to men who armed with AR-15 rifle. The history of AR-15 rifle, right? In the United States of America, the AR-15 rifle is the weapon of choice that creates mass destruction in the United States. The weapon is light and it carries fired high velocity weapon. So then what really have to fix that is not, as I said, training is good in terms of training the security to be alert. and to be cognizant of their surrounding, right? So if you have forced security on an armored vehicle, right, and they are now in the processing of moving money to and fro, and a car pull up with say 3 or 4 men aboard, right, with 2 of them carrying an AR-15, there is no escape from that weapon. I am going to play a clip and show you the high velocity of the weapon and the damage capability of that weapon. So then what have to happen is the government has to recognize this and realize that, look, is either they are going to allow the FLA, because this is an FLA problem, and this is a legislative problem. So the government have to sit down with FLA and decided either they're going to decide that, okay, armored vehicles like, you know, the big companies, Guardsman, responsible company, have to update their license as it relates to let them bear arms equally matched with these criminals. There's no way that you are going to stand up with a 38 in your holster against an AR-15. There's no way that you are going to go in combat with a shotgun, with an AR-15. And as I said, that the shotgun, as it relates to Guardsman security, Beryllium security and all of that, the shotgun is their most powerful weapon. And a shotgun is foolishness when it comes to AR-15. AR-15, a shotgun, the capacity of a shotgun might only carry 7 12-gauge cartridge, right? While the AR-15 can carry up to 50 rounds and more because of certain accessories that can add it to an AR-15. Number one of the AR-15 clip carries about 35 rounds. And if the criminal tape both clips together, now what you have? You have the AR-15 carrying 70 rounds. In some case, right, there are certain accessories that can add to it that of the AR-15 carry over 110 rounds. So then tell me, now again, when it comes to range and velocity, people, the AR-15 can reach up to a mile depending on the velocity of the round, that it can travel up to 2.5 miles. 2.5 miles. Think of that. And depending on the velocity of certain rounds, it can go up to 3 miles. Think of what I am saying. So it is the government to recognize that, okay, all right, this set of men who are taking on the Beryllium security and decided to themselves that it is anything or anything, right? Whether they be killed or being killed, they are going for the money, right? The position that the security guards will find themselves in is going to be on the losing end. What I am saying, let me give you the ratio. If this team is going to attack, say, another 20 times, it is the same another 20 times that this team is going to be able to deliver the deadly punch to the security. There are no threat. There are no defense to the AR-15. So people, let me show you a clip that will tell you about the AR-15, and we'll have a little more discussion so that the government can be wiser. The government can be wiser because this could be a beginning of a new thing, right? If they don't take these persons off the street and these persons decide that, okay, all right, what we are going to do, we are going to go around and we are going to attack, right? Armored vehicles, right? There is no answer for it. Honestly, the present status, persons who are firearm expert know what I am talking about, right? The Minister of National Security know what I am talking about. FLA, right? Firearm Licensing Authority know definitely what I'm talking about. And the only thing that FLA can do as it relates to prevent another situation like this is either they are going to quickly, right, give special license to these companies that are going to be able to add AR-15 in their arsenal. The weapon, AR-15, right, the truth be told, is not appropriate to be fired even in developing areas. Even in developing areas. And I understand the difficulty in terms of such policy to really put AR-15 in the hands of might be the ESCAR team. But I am saying, what weapon that the ESCAR team is going to have to protect themselves from AR-15 and AK-47s? Without any further ado, people, I'm going to play this clip for you to see what I am talking about as it relates to the AR-15, and for Jamaican government to wise up and for FLA to do something urgently to fix this situation, because, trust me, I believe that if they don't catch these set of criminals on time, more deadly things are going to happen. So then they have to move fast. If it has to be some legislative work, right, to make sure that you protect people's life. I can say that to every security guard, and I want you to listen to me. It's your life on the line. It's your life on the line, security guards. Let me say this to you clearly and plainly. You cannot defend yourself against AR-15 or AK-47 when you are pinned down in a particular area. You cannot. There's no defense, right? In terms of training can help little. But when you arm yourself, when the security arm themselves with 38, you understand, and butt gun, how can you defend yourself from that? So without any further ado, let me just play this clip, and I would like, if security guards are listening to this, look on this clip that I'm going to play. All right, stand by.
Okay, guys, while I'm preparing to share the clip, welcome to everyone who's just joining in. Really appreciate each and everyone tuning in. For those over on Facebook, welcome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And thanks for that share out as well. Let me just share the screen here.
The style of the gun doesn't dictate the lethality, but I think
that brought some strong reaction. The reason we know it's not true is because we talked to a trauma surgeon at OHSU. The AR-15 rifle has been used in 11 mass shootings over the past 10 years, including the recent massacre in Uvalde, Texas, as well as school shootings at Sandy Hook in Parkland, Florida. It's a semi-automatic rifle, and the ammunition it uses causes a lot more damage to the human body than a handgun. We asked Dr. Martin Schreiber to describe that in detail. A warning now before he does. What he told us was pretty graphic.
Those bullets from a high-powered rifle have a velocity of somewhere around 3,000 feet per second, which can impart massive amounts of tissue injury to the human body. They will frequently go through the human body, and as they travel through the body, they'll destroy all the organs in the region of where they're traveling. And that's really due to the kinetic energy that those bullets impart. So any centrally fired weapon, if it's hit anywhere in the central portion of the body, will blow a huge hole in a human being, particularly the exit wound, and it'll almost always be lethal. Gunshot wounds to the head with high-powered rifles are almost 100% lethal without personal protective equipment. the only reason that I can think of a person wanting to own those weapons is that if their intention is to be able to kill either a single person or numerous people. If those weapons become more common in the Portland region, I won't even see the patients, because those patients are going to die in the field. Unless they have very peripheral injuries, we'll see very few of those patients in the hospital because they will be dead in the field.
Now, it's one thing to hear him describe the damage an AR-15 can do. It's another to actually visualize it. HBO's Vice News has a story about this. We think it's worth your time. They demonstrate what happens when a bullet from an AR-15 is fired through a gel block meant to represent human flesh. You can see there, it doesn't travel straight through. The impact pretty much makes the gel explode from the inside. If you want to watch their full report, we have a link to it on our social media pages.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you for displaying that clip on it. So my Jamaican people and security guards who are doing the work of escort as it relates to how the bullet travels through the body and explode organs and massive damage of tissues. Security guards, let me say this to you, right? Don't be a sitting ducks. If they are not, simply means the system as it relates to FLA is not going to, right, able you a defense mechanism to protect yourself against AR-15 and AK-47, right? You are going to be a sitting ducks. It's like taking a knife in front of the battlefield to war against these serious weapons. A 38 only can fire effective up to might be about 35, 50 yards. Think of what I'm saying. The weapon of choice that you are carrying can only fire up to 35 to 50 yards as it relates to effective range, while the AR-15 can go up to 3 miles. So why, right? I am asking persons who are, quite educated as it relates to FLA directors, the government who had seen the situation at Portmore as it relates to the Beryllium security being killed. What are you going to do to protect this security? People are talking and people don't really understand. And people are saying that, okay, the security should be more alert, or the security should more this and more that. That's why I go through the intricacies of the detail to show you the type of weapons that they are up against. So if any of these armed men, right, who want to take on any of those escort, right, and even if the security guard observe the action, right, and they even pulled and fired, that would be a mistake that they are making, right? Because if you're talking about equal toe-to-toe compact, right? Oh, what amount of compact the 38 is going to have as opposed to an AR-15? An AR-15 is going to have partially 20 times the impact of a 38. 20 times impact. Right? You have a shotgun, you have a 38. Because as it relates to the velocity of the weapon, there is no security firm that carry anything heavier or more lethal than a shotgun. None in Jamaica. While these security guards are exposed to AR-15. You don't want to be nowhere near there when those criminals open up. You want to disappear. Not even take for yourself, You want to disappear. So for the Beryllium incident, and it only has one person being killed, right? It should show the government that these men only did want the money and not so much want to do any serious killing. Because if they wanted to do much more damage, they could have done it easily. So then I am bringing the awareness for security guards, right? Whether they want to alert, whether they want to be fully trained, right? You not having an equal weapon or equal firepower to repel your attack, you are a sitting duck where that is concerned. I hope you take my advice. And for FLA to recognize the situation as it relates to persons who are dealing with escort, these security personnel, right? And as I said, the only way we can fix the situation is either you are going to make the security firms who are doing escort, right, trusted men, right, within the company should be able, right, to carry, you understand, similar weapon so that they can fully defend themselves. How are they going to defend themselves? With shotgun and 30. Tell me, how are they going to defend themselves? Right? Are we going to not recognize the situation, and when it happens again, we just speak about it? We just being reactive and not being proactive? We have to be proactive where that is concerned. So that is the discussion where Beryllium situation is concerned. And once again, my condolences, reach out to the family. But we have to try to lessen the potential damage, right? Because that set of gunmen or set of criminals, right, if they decide to go on the attack again, it simply means, right, it's just a dangerous situation. Very dangerous situations. And you can't have this again teach us very much a lesson that if you are going to have an escort, you have to have maybe another detailed team to protect the escort, right? But as I said, what will make the situation, right, sort of give it some equilibrium, right, some balance, is to make sure that the security personnel, right, has, equal firepower, right, to repel attack like those. Because if they are not going to get equal firepower to repel attack like those, then obviously, right, they are working in a situation where I would say that you put them on a suicidal mission, as clear as that. So then that was that for that topic. Now the other topic that we are going to get into, people, and as I said, there is no surprise there. My audience, I will say that Jamaica is just, Jamaica. I don't even want to say it because Jamaica is my country and I love Jamaica so much. But we have seen the cases as it relates to the Wandan trial, the black man case. And I've seen now where black man and his men, right, being free, right? As it relates to the multiple murder charges, right? The burning down of homes, and so forth and so forth. Time and time again, I say clearly that the criminal justice system gone rogue. And this is what I mean, that it gone rogue. But before I go into the details and discuss this topic, I am going to play a clip, right? So significant to the Blackman case, because it is in relation to the Blackman case. And you will see why our criminal justice system, as it relates to investigators and as it relates to prosecutors, right? For most of the times, they fail to deliver solid prosecution on high-profile case. So I'm going to play a clip and make you listen something as it relates to the Blackman case. Play it.
Okay, so welcome to everyone who's just recently joining us. Happy Friday. I've been welcoming persons in the chat. Really appreciate each and everyone who is here. All right, let me just share the screen.
Former member of the One Don Klansman gang who secretly recorded conversations between himself and other alleged members revealed that the lone female defendant, Stephanie Christie, alias Muma, had her own informant within the Jamaica Constabulary Force. In one of the recorded conversations, Christie was heard saying, quote, "We have one police bridging with the down at the CIB, you know, so any little thing him kinda sure we wagwan," end quote, noting that the police had high regards for the alleged leader of the gang, Andre Blackman Bryan. She went further, saying the police gave her the description of private police vehicles and their registration plates. The former gang member replied, quote, "A good thing we have him on our side," end quote. In another recording, Christie could be heard asking the former gangster, quote, "How much instruments so we have?" end quote. The witness explained that they were talking about guns. In another instance, Christie, who is a pastor, appeared to be searching for a house to live. She said, quote, "If I even one room I get and pack up the things, just pray the thing go through smooth. Nothing a beat prayer. I ask God for protection," end quote. Meanwhile, the former gangster recalled how he and others, acting on instructions from the alleged gang leader, drove through the community of Rivoli in search of two defendants, Markham Miller, alias Ezzy, and Dwight Hall, alias Jim Brown, to, quote, "kill them," end quote.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do you believe what we have just heard? Right? As clear as day, where the gang leaders, high lieutenant in the One Dan gang, which is Muma, claiming that she has police officers who, right, is her informant, and that police officer would give them information as it relates to what is happening and keep them up to date. Now, this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise. Now, the first set of persons who had gotten away in the One Dan trial was to the fact that crime scene photos, people, I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Crime scene photos relating to a number 3 scene. These photos were in the custody of police officers. Custody of police officers. Not just put down any and anywhere. Right? These are evidence that would be labeled, evidence that would be registered and put away And people, those crime scene photos got missing. So then, when you look at the case and see how these investigators are investigating, right? It's not so much that these investigators lack knowledge. It is more so that they are corrupted and in bed with the criminals. And so then it makes the situation rather confusing and give the prosecution team such burden to deliver a prosecution. Because the same investigators who are in the system is working against the system for the prosecutors to have a solid prosecution. Sometimes police, right, involved in telling the criminals, the witness who are witnessing against them. So I want to ask a question. Why, while we, the society, would want persons to speak up about crime, and which is a good thing, and so then we could have persons coming forward, right, giving their evidence, right, and go through the system if the system was just and fair. So then, when you have a person giving witness on black man, and police officers, investigators are exposing the witness to the criminals, and so then witness being killed as a result of police assisting the criminal network because they themselves are criminal. So let me ask this question. Right? We have seen Donnelly case. I want you to look and see how investigators are behaving, you know. What confidence that we are going to have as it relates to Donnelly case that the person who accused is a police officer. And from day one, police officers were assisting in cleaning the crime scene. So what justice can we anticipate for? Now, see here that the black man trial, as it relates to the police officers who had done hard work, it took them over 1 year, right, to discreetly getting certain evidence. And while you have a set of police officers who are working hard and diligent, because I don't believe that majority of the force is corrupt. I don't believe that. But the few negatives, the few corrupted police officers is giving hell to the criminal justice system. Hell to the criminal justice system. Now, I'm going to reflect on something as well. So if you are seeing that of the many high-profile cases, the minuscule amount being prosecuted, minuscule amount being prosecuted. So when we look in cases like SSL, right? And you know why I'm touching the SSL? Because that is the art of corruption, you know. That is the art of corruption. Where political members involved. And when you have leaders who are so corrupted, leaders who fail to pay their taxes, leaders who become a part of a system that they know very well is a Ponzi scheme, leaders who fail to declare their taxes for transparency, openly breaking the laws, and no consequence. And so when at the top where the leaders fail, it sends a message downward that if they can do it at the top and get away, why can't I here at the bottom? Why I cannot do it and get away? So it emboldens persons. And that's why it is imperative. It is important for our leaders to act morally. Because when our leader fails us, it sends a negative message throughout the entire society. The killer in the Beryllium and the criminals who attack the security guards, when they themselves look on our political leaders who have been pilfering illegal contracts, cannot justify their source of assets, and the list goes on. And so then when the top has no moral control, as any moral trajectory, not going into a moral pathway, the followers are going to fail. If the shepherd lead his flock astray, it is going to be the simple consequence that the shepherd has to watch over his flock and guide them in a way so that they can be protected. We have seen the blatant lies being told as it relates to, of course, FBI is here investigating. We have seen the double down of the lie. Marcus said, fix 80 and the crime in Jamaica be fixed. I take that from that person that he's saying that 80 is the source of our problem. Right? But I need to tell you, my friend, and I am not saying that guns don't come from 80, but some of the most deadliest weapons that we have here today come from the United States of America, as it relates to those weapons that I have spoken about. Right? The truth be told, Haiti don't really have these sophisticated weapons, right? As it relates to what they might have, of course, AK-47s, yes. But you're talking about lighter, better weapons, higher velocity weapons, AR-15, right? Those are from the United States of America. So, my friend, not only Haiti needs to fix, our entire borders need to be fixed, right? Our borders are porous, right? And what needs to be fixed is the corruption in our country. If we can't fix the corruption in our country, then it makes sense we don't start anywhere. Because the truth be told, we have a Minister of National Security that have a 91% failing rate. 91% unpopular rating. What the Prime Minister do about it? Nothing. Nothing. Now, in any ordinary workplace, if you have a task to perform and you are failing at your task, you'll be fired at any ordinary workplace. If you work at Sandals, right, and you are a bartender, or you work anywhere, and you are not carrying out the task that you are supposed to carry out, you're going to fail. Or is Chang being the minister of security? And as I said, if you use a bar graph to test Horace Chang's performance, he's a careless failure. But can the Prime Minister fire him? No, can't. The Prime Minister cannot fire no one in his government. None. Because they all know his secret. As a matter of fact, it is no secret. Because he's openly doing the wrong things. He's not hiding. Right? So everybody is just barefaced. The gunman barefaced. Right? The institutions, the banking system fail. It's just like one banking institution to the next. No more pride. Everybody just out there. It's just a hustling mentality. Because what? The leaders gone wrong. So they have no shame to carry. If the leader doesn't have no shame. So then everybody just believe that, okay, all right, stealing, I know nothing that.
It's normalized.
So the stealing normalized because it normalized at the top. The truth be told. So I just want to say this. As it relates to, no surprise there that black man and his cronies had gotten away. Right? And what the criminal justice system is doing, still asking people to come and give witness. And then expose them. Because people, rest assured that these men are now out. You think that they are just going to, okay, we are going to finish away with crime and we are not going to do anything else because, you know, we spent some time and, you know, we have learned our lesson. So we are not going to do anything else.
Illegal again.
And this is the sad thing, right? Because some of the witness being exposed to them. So just imagine, you know, people. Just imagine now that they are out. What is going to happen? Right? So who you blame for this? Who is going to be blamed for this? For those persons who are going to be potentially number 3. The system. The system that fails the people time and time again. Time and time again. Right? So that is for that. So let us get into our main topic for tonight. So let us read out the chat and see what is happening
That's
there.
what I highlighted before, so you can continue. Welcome to everyone
All
who
right.
recently joined. Thank you so much. Happy Friday to each and everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Okay. So before I begin the discussion as it relates to democratic socialism and capitalism, right? Because I know that you have dieharted people who are going to upset. So let me just polish off my defense before we get into it. Both parties in Jamaica, right, have done their fair share of wrong. Right? Both parties also have done their fair share in making some progress to the economy. Both on the JLP side, both on the PNP side. Corruption is on the PNP side, corruption is on the JLP side. But what we want to talk about to understand Jamaica political history. Jamaica political history centers around two political philosophy, right? The political philosophy that utilized by the People's National Party is what we call democratic socialism. What is that? Democratic socialism, that pioneered by Michael Manley, right, in the early 70s. The philosophy believed that the principle of government must service the people. Government works for the people, for the betterment of the people, as it relates to nation building. And so then democratic socialism have the idea that every single citizen in Jamaica is a stakeholder in the economy. Simply means that they drive for every person to have an equal opportunity, right, where the economy is concerned. So if an ordinary man in the ghetto have a little money and, you know, him want to become an entrepreneur, right, access to him becoming an entrepreneur should be available. Whether I want to get a loan in the bank and start up something and so forth. So the entire economy centers around every single person as a stakeholder participating in the economy. That in a nutshell is democratic socialism pioneered by Michael Manley. Now let us look on capitalism that utilized by the Jamaica Labour Party. Capitalism, right, is where the government believe to drive the economy, they allow the private sector to drive the economy. For majority people, it would appear as if capitalism more sustain the rich because the drivers are the private sectors of the economy. What I want to show people as it relates to capitalism and democratic socialism is that the principle, right, of economic model that each design and portray. Now, the democratic socialism, if you remember in the early 70s and so forth, coming up, Michael Manley, the economic model that we practiced was a mixed economy. Simple means that you have private sectors and government, right, meet at the table, make decision for the people, and make decision that benefit the economy. So then, of course, more critical thinking in that regards. This economic model, mixed economic model, we have price controllers and so forth, and so then you cannot sell a particular product for what you want to sell it for. This economic model was good for Jamaica. In that time, the Jamaican dollars has more value than the US dollars, if people go back into the history. Now, the shifting from mixed economy to free market economy, right, under a capitalistic regime, simply means that the free market economy sets to drive competition, right? But let me remind you that in the 70s, that the mixed economy, when we utilize mixed economy, Singapore came to Jamaica, came to Jamaica country, and took our economic model and used it in Singapore. The reason why I'm bringing up that point, what happened to Singapore now in comparison to us losing that economic model? Singapore today is a rich country, striving country. Jamaica today shifting from mixed economy to free market economy is indebted to IMF, indebted to China, right? And the list goes on. So now let me get into certain details, right? And bring back people's memory as it relates to some success that Michael Manley, the president of the People's National Party, had done for Jamaica that benefit Jamaica even today, right? One of the main things that Michael Manley, or we should say the People's National Party, had done was to reform the Constitution in 1944, granting full adult suffrage the right to vote. That was not done by the JP, that done by the People's National Party, that done by Michael Manley, who pioneered that so that people, everyone can vote. Everyone have the equal right to vote. 1944, right? Adult suffrage. Done by Michael Manley, the People's National Party. Number two, gender equality. And for people listening to me, I want you to listen keenly. It was the People's National Party via Michael Manley who recognized that women in Jamaica need to be paid equally like men. Michael Manley also fight for, and the People's National Party fight for, overtime hours work, overtime hours must be paid. So I want to bring back some history. And any persons who want to challenge me on this, let us go down history. The fundamental barrier that People's National Party had achieved in this country, Jamaica. Number three, champion internationally in the fight against the racist apartheid regime in South Africa. Michael Manley and the People's National Party. So when we look and we see these milestones being achieved, we realize that it appears as if people have short memories. Some people will say, oh no, Byron sound like, he's carrying a message for the People's National Party. Am I carrying a message or am I speaking the truth? Now, let me just cut that and then get into Jamaica Labour Party. Now, Jamaica Labour Party has made some progress too. So don't think I'm only going to come one side and just highlight what People's National Party have done. One of the greatest mission of the Jamaican Labour Party that still serve people today is the Art Trust program that pioneered by Edward Philip George Siaga. The Art Trust entity, as today that we speak, has now involved roughly about 40% of Jamaica workforce as it relates to training and certification. Miss Accentuation, the truth you speak is not for comfort. It is for liberation of ourself and country. Saturday blessings, UK up. Blessed Delroy.
Welcome, Delroy.
So then, that movement, as it served us now, but likewise, Michael Manley also invented Jamal program. If people remember the Jamal program, that persons who did not make it through, schools having the basic skills and knowledge and, Jamal was there to assist those illiterate persons to give them basic literate skills so that they can be able to function in the society. I am saying this, that when we look on the principle of democratic socialism, it is the idea that centers around nation building, where the economy, right, speaks within itself, where every single person should be a player and should give them the opportunity. Now, what we see as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party under capitalism and private sectors pushing the mandate right now. Let us speak some of the things, right? For most of the hoteliers, because the tourism now becomes one of the main industry as it relates to foreign currency earner in Jamaica, which is a fundamental mistake. That would never happen if the drive under democratic socialism, agriculture, should what we push as we eat what we plant. We eat what we grow. Agriculture seems to put on the back burn. Now, we have seen our farmers over the many years juggling through both political philosophies, right? as both political philosophies were during their era. We have seen today that agriculture is on the backbench. Tourism is on the front bench. So then my question, if tourism should lock down today, the country collapse, dead. You see, you see where we are going with that? Now, Jamaica, as it stands, really and truly cultured relating to democratic socialism. And so the truth be told, Jamaica is really a PNP country. A lot of people might vex. But if you look on the history of politics as it relates to the amount of time that PNP put in power is more so than the JLP put in power. The longest service prime minister that ever been in power over 18 years is PJ Patterson. That is on record. So People's National Party spend more time in power than the Jamaica Labour Party, meaning that the culture is really democratic socialism, because that is what the people used to. But the fundamental wrong that we have with that is the shifting away from democratic socialism and now covered ourselves under capitalism, where private sectors having all the talks. And so then the poor man, right, not able to see anything. Because the corporate world, when you think of the hoteliers who are doing business in Jamaica, right, using our resources to make millions and billions of dollars. The question, does that money stay in the country and circulate in the country? No. The principle of all-inclusive kills democratic socialism. And let me explain it to people. Because most of the hotels who are utilizing all-inclusive, it simply means that most of the visitors don't go there in the wider populace and where the money is spent widely and circulating through Jamaica. So everything, they have all the sort of programs to hold and confine all the visitors within their compound, right? They sell everything there. So the visitors have hardly any time to go out and share the wealth amongst the common men. So the hotels are now compete with the craft market inside the hotel, selling crafts and all those items. So the guests don't need to go out there. So the private sector is driving the economy, keeping the resources for themselves under the name of employment. Because you know what they are going to say? How many persons are we employed? The tourist industry is the biggest employer in Jamaica.
But not paying much.
But how much are they paying and how much benefit the country is getting? Because the majority of the money that they are making, Jamaica, I need to expose something. Most of the foreigners don't even book in Jamaica. They book it in Florida, book it in Miami, book it in Atlanta. So the money, all of that money, majority of the hotels' money that they are making is strengthening the economy of the United States, not the economy of Jamaica. So people need to understand. People need to be aware. Right? So when we put ourselves and we think about the hotel industry, and we see that many hotels, the Spanish hotels, right, under the name of employment, because they're employing people.
But are they slavery?
Right? But where the money from our natural resources
Go back to their country.
It goes back to their country to benefit their country. When Bush Stewart died, Bush Stewart didn't die in Jamaica. Right? Most of Bush Stewart money, it's not in Jamaican bank. People need to speak. Right? Under capitalism, people been suffered for far too long. Most of the corporate world, the hoteliers, where do they bank their money? Where do they bank their huge bulk of money that they make from Jamaica? Not in Jamaica. It is full time now that we need full disclosure. And these things must be discussed. Right? So then, if those politicians who claim that, okay, they are representing us, they are representing themselves. Right? I know for sure that in Cayman, Nassau, certain things like that cannot happen. Right? But look what we are facing. High inflation, crime under capitalist government. Right? Now, when we look on our farmers, let us go back to our farmers. It is so expensive to farm that through the political kickbacks of companies like TPDCO, bringing in, importing our vegetables. We plant vegetables here. Importing tomatoes. We plant tomatoes here. Importing potatoes. We plant potatoes here. Importing cabbage. We plant cabbage here. So why are we importing this stuff that our farmers plant here? Why are we doing that? And so then we kill the hands of our farmers. We make it so difficult for them to survive in the market space, particularly if they have to utilize a loan in the bank, interest rate alone, kill them. So what is it that our government is thinking as it relates to nation building? Or are we going to move our country forward under these obstacles of life? Our backside being stressed and manipulated by foreigners for over the many years that we have been utilizing our backside, and we cannot convert alumina into aluminum after making millions and millions from the backside. We still at this point unable to convert alumina into aluminum. So then we sell them the raw material that they converted from alumina to aluminum and sell us back the aluminum we pay more expensive for. This is the brilliant mind of our government in Jamaica.
Oh my God, no
The
vision.
brilliant mind of our politicians. And they get up in the house and they speak.
And not furniture.
Right? They articulate what needs to be articulated using big words. They don't communicate to the common man. No wonder why the finance minister coming out and explaining about algorithm, where the common person don't understand. Not even him himself doesn't understand. These are the sort of foolishness that we're talking about. Right? We have politicians. Instead of, when you look at it, Jamaica, when you look at it, I am now coming to the conclusion that most of these politicians have shit for brains. Because when you exploit the country like this, Mr. Politician, who are exploiting the country, you're not going to live in Jamaica. You and your family flee. And then, why are you leaving your country? What I can't understand from these politicians, the country that gives you birth. Right? I am a Canadian, but more so, I am a Jamaican. A Canadian via naturalization couldn't be important to me and couldn't be fundamental to me. I appreciate that I have gotten citizenship, right, via naturalization and the opportunity of exploring other countries. But nowhere better than home. So why are we destroying Jamaica to live where? So the time that we are taking, let me talk to the politicians, the time that we are taking to destroy Jamaica, to steal the money from Jamaica, whether you want to carry it to St. Lucia, or you want to carry it to Miami, you want to carry it to Florida, and so forth, right? You being a Jamaican, what does that tell you, Mr. Politician? That the money that you steal from Jamaica, you are taking it to develop another country that you didn't born? A country that anytime they can take away that naturalization from you. Jamaica cannot kick you out of Jamaica because you're born in Jamaica. Jamaica is your birthland. So why are you plundering? Why are you plundering us? To build up another economy? To build up another economy? Politician, Mr. Politician, look into yourself. I realize that most of the politicians, when time they feel sick, right? Them head hurt them. They don't use the Jamaica health system because they have no confidence in the Jamaica health system. And so they fly to Miami. They fly to other places and utilize their health system. It's a shame and disgrace. Last night, and as a matter of fact, my friend Wayne, he's in the chat here, spoke to me earlier today and said, Byron, look at some of the hospitals, the conditions of some of our hospitals. Look at it. The sad thing about this all, that the politicians, these politicians who are representing us, the condition of the hospital is good for us, but it is not good for them. Because whenever they have to use a medical facility, they don't use it in Jamaica.
Or the public one, they use private or go abroad.
Right? They go abroad. So what does it say to us, Mr. Politician? You have no confidence in our system. The very system that your government is deploring, a deploring condition. Right? It is so sad. Yesterday I heard the transport minister is saying that some more buses is going to added, I think in the Portmore Fleet, St. Catherine area.
Across the island coming from China.
Across the island or so forth. And that people will have to pay more. Jamaican people, my Jamaican people, this is what the Minister of Transportation is saying to us. Does he understand that the type of inflation that we are facing, and you are asking taxpayers to bear the blunt? It's a killer shame. And another thing that I need to point out, the Commissioner of Police had gotten a substantial raise. I find it so ironic that while crime is rising, the Commissioner pay rise. No, people, I have to. No, this is serious. This is serious. This is serious.
I don't know when the people are going to.
And the Prime Minister has not put the Commissioner to task.
Minimum wage still not going anywhere substantial.
Right? And then when you look, and I wonder why persons are getting out of their natural self to say by any means necessary. They prefer to die trying than suffer it. So when you see a situation like Beryllium happen, be prepared, Jamaica, because more of Beryllium is going to happen. What the Minister of National Security is doing, the Jamaican people, and as it relates to also FLA, unable to arm the lawful citizen, giving them a chance to protect themselves. Delroy Henry said tourism alone cannot keep Jamaica afloat. Thank you for that. Mystic, you said earlier, tourist money is left overseas. Is Jamaican aboard, sending money back home to their families. It's that cash keeping Jamaica afloat today. Remittance, as Delroy speaking about remittance, because remittance, right, is more than what they are generating from tourism, right? And what the gentleman said there is so true, because it is the remittance is keeping up Jamaica, right? And capitalism is robbing Jamaica. Capitalism is damaging Jamaica. No one cares about nation building. Who cares? Who cares? The fundamental source of our energy is education. Because the more the society educated, They have hope, success, vision, and talent, right, to make the right choice. And when you have a political vampire, a political monster who look on the sector and ripped it, rubbed it, and the prime minister and the criminal justice system is setting aside for him to escape justice. What sort of message that the prime minister could guide us on a moral path in speaking to Jamaican people? Jamaican people, I want you to think for me. What moral pathway or moral guidance the Prime Minister of Jamaica can tell us today? Because before he can do that, he should be able to declare his statutory declaration. Look in the mirror, Mr. Prime Minister. It's all with the man in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Put the political rambling aside and think about the nation. Because when you wreck this, when you and your men wreck this, you will leave us here. You will leave the people there to suffer. And you will spend your luxurious life elsewhere. By me saying this, PJ Patterson doesn't live in Jamaica.
And still collecting Prime Minister pay.
And still collecting Prime Minister pay.
Full pay. Can you imagine? No conscience.
Now, these are the atrocities we speak about. The atrocities we speak about. How do we see nation building? A prime minister shouldn't want to live elsewhere out of Jamaica. No, the truth be told. Let us talk. For me, who love Jamaica, several times my wife and I have that conversation. And I said to my wife, even today, I said to my wife, that honey, Jamaica is on my mind. I feel myself ripped between two seas. And the truth be told, I am here. But part of me simply like die wanting Jamaica. Let me say this. My face is not hidden enough. I am not behind any curtains talking. And that goes to the passion in terms of I love Jamaica. And I don't need to hide to defend Jamaica. Right? So my face is here, where people can see that and see and know who's speaking. It's not behind any wall or any curtains. And we are going to call a spade based on the pattern of behavior that we have seen and analyzed. And so then, if I have to go, I have to go for the right thing. Because I have no fear in delivering the message. And so then when we look and all that is happening around us, institutions are failing us. The banking system failing us. The sort of culture shock that ripples through Jamaica and the diaspora as it relates to the banking system, sending panic globally. What is happening? What is happening? just by the Bible definition, that when you have a wicked ruler, the Bible stated it, when you have a wicked ruler, the people will perish. Right? And so then, we know that these politicians, with their greed, the love for money is the root of all evil. And nothing will stop them from gaining that. Nothing will stop them from gaining their wealth of legacy, their legacy wealth, through the means of taxpayers. They have no compassion. Their hearts know no boundary where compassion is concerned. They are monsters. They are reptiles. And so then when you see the transportation minister, in spite of all the inflation that people cannot even afford, the ordinary basic tin mackerel, the ordinary basic pound of chicken back, you are asking people to band their belt. Band their belt. I want to ask the government, right? When was the last time you have a wage increase? When was the last time people hear about wage increase?
Substantial wage increase.
Just look at it, what you do with your corporate friends. You and your corporate friends abuse the security guards for years. And many of you politicians own security company. So you are not going to pass legislation that stop you from benefit. You are not going to do that. Mr. Politician, some of you own security guard companies. Some of you are in the pocket of Kenneth Benjamin. And so then, for all the years of money that owed to security guards, years of abusing our Jamaican people, abusing the security guards, how many hours work and not being paid? How many hours work and not being paid? And even when the court step in, your friends and politicians utilizing delay tactics to avoid offering the poor man something. So don't be surprised when we see that Azan was penalized and kicked out of the parliament because he helped some poor people building them sheds to cover from the rain. You have watched the clip and you have heard Andrew Holness, Babsy Grange, Desmond Mackenzie. Look at the people who are in the room. Look at the people, Horace Chang. Look at these people who are criticizing Azan. They said publicly that they are not comfortable working with Azan, accepting responsibility to give poor people some shed. And people, you know, realize what Andrew Holness-led government is all about. Even that, the person who is not utilizing any sense at all should look on that and said, but he just built some shed for some poor people. Azan did not have a company with someone else and award him
His own
contracts,
pocket, line in his own pocket with
award him
taxpayer money.
contracts to line his own pocket. And meanwhile, he was bidding to get rid of Azan. He was doing, he was, he was doing, oh my God, the most despicable thing. The most despicable thing. So I am not going to spend any time in terms of lamenting, but tonight I want to say I give thanks to all my listeners who listen to me and listen to common sense reasoning. This has nothing to do with politics. This has everything to do with us fighting for Jamaica. And let me tell you people, this channel is not the only channel that is going on the war path wanting back Jamaica. Right? Now and then, people, take a walk, right? Over Andre Stevens. Take a walk over Wayne Lonesome, right? Take a walk, Jamaican Buzz. Take a walk on the Spot News Media. Take a walk on Newslink, Politics Watch. We are saying we give thanks for social media to give us this platform to disseminate the information that needs to be disseminated, bringing the awareness and enlightenment to people, so that the most powerful weapon that we have going forward, people, is our vote. When that time comes, we need to send an autonomous message. We need to have an impact. People, as it relates to where I stand, and let me speak, I think that Jamaica should look forward as it relates to a third party, clean and new, fresh, right? And people who need to fight for Jamaica. And I'm going to say one thing before I go. That of course, we have UIC hanging in the air. But what about putting up into the microscope, research its values, right? And if he's coming with a mandate, and the mandate serves us well, I know that people are going to say, yeah, politician and promise where we are blah, blah, blah. We are not to have myopic view. We need to broaden our horizon. The reason for me to say this, because we have over 60 years of political history and culture from both political parties. What about making a turning point to see where that leads us? We don't know what may come of it. But why are we going to judge where we have not tested the seed into the soil for it to grow? What I am saying, right, has to make sense to the common person. That what we have seen over the many years are exploitation of our people in terms of our people moving forward. We use that and use Jamaica resources in comparison to smaller countries in the Caribbean who have limited resources more than us and far away, far ahead of us economically. Look at that. So don't let any politician fool you to say that we are moving in the right space and right time. No, we are not. They have exploited us over the years, and we should have way advanced, much more than this. Way advanced. People in Jamaica, you have places in Jamaica today that don't have tap water. Don't have tap water. Think of that. Think of that. Over 60 years of utilizing GLP, PNP. They are areas. We are saying that we are utilizing a free market economy where competition drives this economy. But what we have? We have a monopolization as it relates to National Water Commission. Jamaica has not lifted their head to push through inviting such competition so that people can have choices. So then any bill that National Water Commission said we have to pay it because we don't have a choice, and yet we speak of free market economy, which means the center drive for competition. Look at JPS. Anything that JPS says we have to pay, we have to pay it. And yet we claim that we are operating a free market economy. The center drive force for the free market economy is competition. Where is the competition to JPS? People have no choice. People being held down, suppressed. Political kickbacks as it relates to these entities. Bureaucracy, government bureaucracy is the order of the day. Politicians are in their pocket. They are sponsors of election. They run it. That's why we should go against capitalism. It is no good for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I ended tonight. Thank you all for listening to me. I appreciate you all to come on board on a Friday, right? And chit-chat with us, right? Love you. And Jeopardy, I know that you're hanging on. And wifey, over to you.
Okay, again, welcome to everyone, and thank you so much for that wonderful and informative discussion. A lot of things to think about that came out of that discussion. So I'm hoping that people will share and people will take note and really think about what was said and look into what is happening and realize that we need to make a change for the betterment of our country. But we cannot continue like this.
Thank you, Wayne, for that endorsement there.
I just clicked. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for your contribution to the discussion. People are really having burning issues that they're putting across as well. And it says Singapore president came to Jamaica and gained knowledge and wisdom. Today, Singapore is way ahead of Jamaica. Under this PM Titanic ship is in a better place.
I'm telling you, Delroy. Delroy seems to be great with his knowledge. I love that, right? Really love that. And that is so true in terms of what you stated there, Delroy.
When you said we need more shows a week, one show, not cutting it.
We're working on that way.
We're working on it, our tight schedule with our profession. So it's really hard right now. I'm struggling. I'm having a headache because I work early, and right now I'm doing laundry while we're here. That's why I disappeared earlier. So I have to go put some more clothes in. All right, so guys, we are going to go into Jeopardy. And let me just bring up the template here. So everyone is free to participate. So we are vying for credit. And it's a credit for Jamaican phones, Digicel or Flow. Person who has the most points will get $1,000 credit, and we will have 4 runners up of $500 credit each. So the question is in the form of a statement, and then you're going to answer in the form of a question. If it's the name of a person, then it's who is, and then the answer. And if it's the name of a place or thing, then it is what is, and then the answer. So I am going to go ahead and share the screen. Let me just take off the, okay, there we go. All right, let me just share the template. Okay, so the categories for tonight is Caribbean mothers, then Bible quiz, riddles, household items. These are household items from like the past, in the 70s or so, the 80s, and then Jamaican food. So as we always start, somebody throw out a category and for how many points, and then I will start with the first category that I see. Please. Open from all the container. All right, so Empress is saying riddles for 500. Jesus. Okay, Tiffany said this is a whole new template then with love. Yes, it's always a new template. But I guess I added 2 new categories. All right, so she's saying riddles for 500. What has 13 hearts but no other organ?
Whoa.
What has 13 hearts but no other organ?
I'm just eating by one.
You have 14 hearts. I laughed too much when I heard it. What? Truck Life, welcome again. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for still being here. And Sassy's in the building. Welcome. They were here.
Sir.
All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for, so I'm not gonna delay. Let me just reveal the answer. Okay, so what is a deck of cards? So it has 13 hearts but no other organ. So let's see who first, and that's for 500 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Oh, she's in ads. Okay. So 500. All right, so first on the board with cards or deck of cards, it's the same thing. First on the board with the correct response is Tiffany. So what is cards? You know that it's a deck of cards she's talking. And then we have Truck Life, Empress, Sassy, Tiffany put in the deck, Danielle. Okay. Empress more. Okay, welcome, Natty. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the continued support. All right, so Tiffany, choose the next category.
So,
Tiffany 500.
Tiffany 500? Tiffany will not?
All right, so Tiffany, choose the next category and for how many points? Okay, she's saying riddles for 200. All right. What has a neck but no head? What has a neck but no head? What has a neck? Turn off the light. This one not working. Pass another pen. What has a neck but no head? All right, I see the answer that I'm looking for, and it's what is a shirt, and that is for 200 points. So a shirt has a neck but no head. All right, so that's for 200 points. Okay, so that's for 200 points. So let's see who first came in. Oh my goodness, I'm getting confused. Let's see who first came in with the correct response. Empress. So it's a 200 points. Empress, then Tiffany, Sassy. All right, Empress.
200 points for Empress?
Yeah, and she's saying Bible for 300.
Okay, so the score as it is, Tiffany on 500 points, Empress on 200 points.
Okay, so what is it? Bible for 300. All right, so a special gift given to Joseph from his father. What special gift did Joseph's father give to him? So a special gift given to Joseph from his father. Ricky Live 365, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for joining in. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hope all is well so far with you. And all is well with the family. Chuck Life said the females them come out strong this morning. But notice nobody not calling Ricardo or David, you know.
Are they sleeping?
All right, and I see the answer that I'm looking for. I'm not gonna wait for the other part. It's still the answer.
Good.
So what is a coat with many colors? So what is a coat with many colors? And that is for 300 points.
Ricardo must say Byron still at all.
Okay. Marcus, so we need a new party, people. PNPP, People Non-Political Party. All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. So first on the board with the correct response is Empress and Truck Life. Ricky Life 365. Remember, you have to put what is in front of it, Ricky, for place or thing, and then who is, if it's the name of a person. And then Wayne also came in with the coat. Right, and that's how the answers came in. And Empress is saying household for 300. Household for 300. This household item, though takes many hours, was commonly used to shine the floors. And remember, we're talking about the 70s and 80s household items. Some items that is gonna be the answer will be relevant to today, but these are mostly in those times. So this household item, though takes many hours, was commonly used to shine the floors. Welcome, 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 Broughton. Happy Friday to you. Saying good night, Mr. and Mrs. Taunton. Good night, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while.
Big up yourself, brother Broughton.
Welcome, welcome over there on Facebook, Broughton. Okay, so all right, and I see the answer that I am looking for. So I'm just gonna go ahead and reveal it. What is a coconut brush? You have to put the coconut. What is a coconut brush? And that is for 300 points. So let's see who came in with that correct answer. So it took hours to shine the floor, but when you shine the floor with it, trust me, the floor will shine. I used to have to use it. Don't try to calculate my age, people. Tiffany's asking, where is Ricardo? All right, so Truck Life with coconut brush, and that is for 300. Other people that just put brush, but you need to put the coconut because you have different brushes. Say here, you know.
Okay, so the score as it is, Empress on 200 points, Truck Life 300 points, and Tiffany 500 points.
Tiffany said, what is old age and dead with love? All right, so Truck Life is saying food for 500. Don't start doing the math. So food for 500. This pink or red and white coconut delight. What is that coconut delight? Pink or red and white coconut delight. Or a phone freezing hush. Empress is on how many points?
200.
Hold on. Tiffany said Empress is on 500 points. There was a 3. Oh, let me check it again.
Yeah. Isn't that the fourth question you're asking?
Hold on, I'm going to look on the screen. Okay, I see what I am looking for, so I am just going to go ahead and reveal it. So what is greater cake? So greater cake is that coconut delight with the red and the or pink and white in the middle.
So how many questions are
and that is 500. Let me look on the board. So that is for 500 points. So let's see who first came in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is it. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Empress need to get 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so that one is for 500 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. What am I doing? All right.
Sorry about that, Empress. We have corrected it. Brown say he's freezing too or something like that.
Then freezing to oh gosh. I can maybe restart the phone or come off and go back on. Oh my goodness, Mr. A whole controversy. Empress say you also have different cards too, but Tiffany got the ones for carded. But you know that the card, that card is the regular card game is the only one with the hearts. You have Uno and the others, but they don't have the hearts in it. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is Truck Life. Then
and how many points going for that?
500.
500.
Then Ricky Life, Miss Monica, but she didn't put what is Verona, which is greater cake. Okay, so got that. So Truck Life, that was Truck Life, right? Yes, Truck Life got 500. Okay.
So the score as it is: Empress on 500 points, Tiffany on 500 points, Truck Life on 800 points.
So Truck Life is saying food for 400. This popular Jamaican dessert is boiled to perfection and is occasionally called tire leaf. And it's a double point answer.
What?
So this popular Jamaican dessert is boiled to perfection and is occasionally called tire leaf. So double points for that.
He said yours.
There, so you must whisper. There, so you must whisper. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 26. Welcome, Sharon. Happy
Sharon in the
Friday
building. Bless up, Sharon.
Winston giving the answer over there. Welcome, Sharon. Happy Friday. Okay, guys, so Empress has a new channel, and that is the one she's using right now. So when we're finished, you guys can go over there and show her some support, please and thank you. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for, so I am just gonna go ahead. Oh my shoot.
That is the double points, right?
Yeah, that's double points, so that's gonna be 800 points. So what is blue draws?
Who is coming in with this double points?
All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. So
This
let
is a
me
big
just
winner.
refresh and see.
Oh, very wicked.
Me no know, no let nobody know how to get the courtesy to call me. So anywhere wicked them stay. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is Empress with what is blue draws, then Truck Life, Tiffany, oh, not Dukuno, nope. Okay, and that's the
Okay, so the
points, and that's
score
the
as
order in
it
which it
is, Tiffany on 500 points, Truck Life 800 points, and Empress 1300 points.
Okay. And she's saying food for 300. Bear with me, guys. Barney, I have to make sure you're on top of the points now, because
Yes, she got it 1300 points.
now. Yeah, because I'm having a terrible headache.
Okay, take your time on it. I'm very tired.
So Empress is saying food for 300. This Jamaican drink is of particular importance to the male species. Pay particular attention, guys, to the male species, including ingredients such as oats and nutmeg. So this Jamaican drink is of particular importance to the male species, including ingredients such as oats and nutmeg. What is this drink that's so important to the male species?
Wow.
Come on, males, let me know. Sharon, welcome. She's over on YouTube now. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're feeling much better this week.
Bless yourself, Sister Sharon.
Hope you're feeling better this week. All right, so I see the answer that I am looking for. What is strong back? What is strong back?
Sassy Perilla.
And that is for 300 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Triple, so what is porridge? Oh my goodness. Okay, Miss Monica is going. Okay, good night, Miss Monica. Rest
Bless
well.
yourself,
Have a
Sister
wonderful
Monica. Love you always.
weekend. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you being here. And Tiffany said the internet is still giving her a problem. I'm so sorry about that, Tiffany. Okay. All right. Woo. Guys, this calls for drum roll, but I don't have any drum to roll. Let me refresh again because am I seeing correctly? Let me refresh again. Man, the meal run out panda one, you're big and strong.
Yeah.
So I forget it because what is strong back? Daniel, TV,
Daniel in the
and
business.
Entertainment has made it to the board.
All
That
right.
was for what? 300
points.
So Daniel's on the board with 300 points.
So the score as it is, Daniel 300 points, Tiffany 500 points, Truck Life 800 points, and Empress in the lead 1300 points.
Okay, so Empress also got strong back, Tiffany, Truck Life, Ricky. Monica say yes, Tiffany the pressure. Okay, she's going to sleep. Bop. Woke up in a... All right, Daniel, true. So you're saying Jamaican food for 200. All right. This popular Jamaican dish is normally drenched in tomato sauce and paired with pepper. So this popular Jamaican dish is normally drenched in tomato sauce and paired with pepper.
Oh, we should be done this.
All right, so then you can whisper. So that one gone, that one's gone. Oops, no. Nope, it come in the tin drenched in the tomato sauce. It comes in a tin and it's in the tomato sauce, and you just dress it up with the pepper and whatever else you feel like dash in there. I remember so we love dash seasoning, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, so it come in the tin in the sauce, and then we just fix it up with the pepper and whatever else we feel for throw in there. So you can call it by the regular name, or you can call it by the name we choose to give it.
Dirty girl.
Can't laugh too hard. Byron.
Hmm?
Byron.
I want to get to it.
Alright. I see the answer that I am looking for. I'm now going to put it up. What is dirty girl or mackerel? So tin mackerel. So what is dirty girl or tin mackerel? And that is for 200 points. All right, and what's sweet so with some white flour dumpling?
Me used to love my tin mackerel and white dumpling, you know.
I still love it.
Tin mackerel, white dumpling, and nice soft green banana there. But
And that was for 200, right?
yeah.
We're gone up too far.
Michelin doll, big up yourself. Up, up, up.
All right, so first on the board with the correct response is, oh Jesus, sometimes say Max Kirill. Empress. So Empress, and that's for 200 points.
Empress for 200 points?
Yes, then Truck Clive, Sassy, Daniel, Tiffany, Sharon. Truck Clive, so what is Flash Out? I think that's the other name. I think that's the new name they have for it.
Flash Out.
Flash Out, them start
hey,
call it.
You know, say, tin mackerel have several names.
Flash
Some
Out.
people call it Dirty Girl. Some people call it Scary Berry.
We get the other one, Tin Boom.
Flash Out, Tin Boom. Why? They carry a whole heap of name. So, all right. Some people call it Jack Sporadic.
All right, so Empress is saying food for 100. All right, this popular dish is commonly eaten for breakfast in many Jamaican households, paired with a dried codfish and served with fried or boiled dumpling, breadfruit, and banana.
Mouth run water
So
ready.
this popular dish is commonly eaten for breakfast in many Jamaican households, paired with a dried codfish and served with fried or boiled dumpling, breadfruit, and banana. That is for 100 points. So everybody roll out, dash out, skip out. Anyone who want to run out on this one. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for. So I might have ackee and saltfish there, but the answer is ackee because I already said it's paired with saltfish. So what is ackee and saltfish? So if you have ackee alone, that is correct because I already said it's paired with dried codfish. All right, so let me clear the air there from now because I don't want anybody shouting at me in any tone of words. That is for 100 points. All right, so let's refresh and see. Wait, Ricardo, come in, Missy.
Ricardo there?
Ricardo, may ask, so nobody gonna call you now, nobody not calling, me put that out there from now, but me take myself out of the hot
Ricardo,
seat.
Empress, nobody enough to call you, Ricardo. Empress, nobody enough to call you, make you stay away there.
All right, so first on the board with the correct response is Empress. Then Daniel, may I tell us, 100 points. And Daniel is
Empress.
right under Empress still, the second time now. And then, okay, she just put Aki, then Ricardo. What is national? This Ricardo coming in looking. Happy Friday to you, Ricardo. Welcome, welcome.
Daniela, step up in gear, man.
Sharon. Joke Live, so what is all in one? Ricky Live. Okay. Win. All right, and that's the order in which it came in. Aki and Saltfish. Verona also came in, was Aki and Saltfish. Tiffany, or they're logging bad. All right, so who did just get the point again? 100 points.
Empress.
Okay, so Empress choose the next category and for how many points?
So the score as it is, Daniel on 300 points, Tiffany on 500 points, Short Life 800 points, Empress in the lead 1600 points.
Oh, Tassia name out all the breakfast she eat. All right, Empress is saying riddles for 300. What breaks on water but never on land? What breaks on water but never on land? Look like Ricardo start call out people. Looking for Empress. Oh, Jesus, I'm going to talk up the things in the chat. Who's enough to call who? I just reach home from work, man, so them good. Okay, him let them off the hook.
You want Empress Byron, don't you? Like, for me.
Oh, my God. Remember, you have to put what is in front of your answer. All right, and I see the answer that I am looking for, so I am not going to delay. And it is, what is a wave? So it breaks on water, but never on land. All right, and that's for 300 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. So first on the board, come stop jumping. First on the board with the correct response is, mixing, you just missed that by the non-nimblability. There's such a word, him always must make your finger nimble, but him finger not nimble this time because him leave out what is. Truck Life. So what is wave? So Truck Life, Empress,
how many points for that?
Sharon, 300 points.
Truck Life.
Mixing, then he went back and put what is, but too late. And Daniel, say I go to the jerk center. No, me need a piece of jerk fowl.
Who they got the jerk center?
Me don't want enough pepper on it.
Who they got?
Ricardo say I go jerk center.
Wow.
I need a piece of jerk chicken, and if you can squeeze piece of the hog on the side, then take that too. You hear, Ricardo? Now make them put too much pepper on it, but put the ketchup on the side, not on the chicken or the pig. Please and thank you. I don't know what everybody else wants. They can put in them order.
I want whole portion of the hog.
All right, so it's thunder. Okay, so Arlene is still here. Thank you so much for still being here, Arlene. Really appreciate it. Okay, so they're doing salutations there. All right, so riddles for 400 says Truck Life.
All right.
I make a loud sound when I'm changing. When I do change, I get bigger but weigh less. What am I? I make a loud sound when I'm changing, or I make loud sounds when I'm changing. When I do change, I get bigger but weigh less. What am I? So what is like? Oh my goodness. Ricardo said that should have hug. say Ricky just put no hug in a hand chicken. Oh my God. God, I say no hug now mix with my chicken. Me never tell us if I put the hug with your chicken. Me tell us if I put it with mine. When so you get that over in the mail or over the phone. No, you text it to me. We text it to me, get it through the phone. Welcome, welcome, Jordan. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for coming. Right, and I see the answer that I'm looking for. So what is popcorn? It makes a loud noise when it's changing, and when it's changed, you get bigger, but way less than before you change it. All right, and that is for 400 points. So let's see
who is the lucky winner for that.
Ricardo said the answer is a $5,000 bill. God, Jesus, so the $5,000 bill make a lot of noise when you try to break it down. Oh my goodness, so they break it to get lighter. Oh my God. Oh, fix the mic. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I don't know to do with that mic again. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is. I know, go and make it worse, and put back the shield thingy over it. It never snug over it just now.
No, all right, Mike, all right, it now click.
Don't want this box from so close to it.
Okay.
All right, so can't get on this. So. All right, so first on the board with the correct response is Empress. So Empress got that point. And I bet you're going to ask me how many points. 400. 400 points for Empress. So Empress is going to choose the next category. All right.
So the score as it is, Daniel on 300 points, Tiffany on 500 points, Truck Life 1,100 points, and Empress in the lead, 2,000 points.
Truck Life Ricardo had half a pound of jerk pork from farmers last week, and it was very delicious. You should try it, Lala, and get some jerk sausage. And whose point was that? Empress? So Empress choose the next category. It's a mic better now. I'm hoping it's better. Oh, give me the last riddle. Okay. All right. So 100. Why did the skeleton not go to the party? So why did the skeleton not go to the party? Why did the skeleton not go to the party? All right, can't hold Empress Riddles, can't hold her. All right, and I see the answer that I'm looking for because he had nobody to go with. So skeleton, nobody, and that is for 100 points. All right. So
Empress winner?
Empress 100 points. So she's gonna choose the next category. Mixing said, "What is he felt cranky?" Oh my God, he had no clothes on. He was all bones, just bones. All right, Charlie is laughing. Okay, so she's saying Caribbean mothers for bills. Now, you must all can relate to this. What might your mother tell you before going into a store? Remember, you're smaller, you're going into a store. What your mother tell you before you go into the store? what is don't thief? Chuck life, which you need Felicity or Caribbean mother again. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for, and it is do not touch anything. That's the first thing I'm gonna tell you when you're going there. Not touch nothing. All right, so that is for 100 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Tiffany, don't touch. Then Truck Life. So Tiffany,
Tiffany.
you get
Okay.
100 points.
100
So what
points,
is don't touch? Yeah. Since I what is bring back me change.
Okay, so the score as it is, Daniel on
Don't take
300
up
points,
anything.
Tiffany on 600 points,
Don't
Truck
touch
Life
this.
1,100 points, Empress 2,100 points.
Empress, I'm lost. That is, I don't have any money now. Lol, I was stuck. Okay. All right. So Tiffany, choose the next category and for how many points? It's just things that your mother will say to you. Caribbean mothers for 200. When you have an attitude, who does your mother constantly remind you that she isn't? When you have an attitude, who does your mother constantly remind you that she isn't?
So them first.
May I tell you?
Whoa.
All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for. One word is missing from it, but it's the same. What is? I am not one of your little friend them. So it's not who is one of your little friends, or it can be what is one of your little friends. I'm not gonna penalize for that one if it's what is. All right. Okay, who is one of your little friends who your mother constantly remind you that she isn't? Who is one of your little? It has to be who. Okay. All right. So I see the answer that I am looking for. Let me just refresh because a lot of people put what, but it's actually who. Sorry. All right. So that one, it is who? Yeah, she's shouting. She's shouting at me in tone of words. It's Empress. So that is for 200 points. 200 points.
And who got that?
Empress.
200 points.
Laugh Lego me ooh. Yes, me Lego you ooh. So next category and for how many points?
All right. There you
All
go.
right, let me just release the board. All right, so she's saying Caribbean mothers for 100 for oh shit. Caribbean mothers. Oh, 100 is gone already. You want it for the 300? I guess it's the next one. She wants 300. Oops, can't open it that way. When you are upset, what does your mother have you check before speaking with her? When you are upset, what does your mother have you check before speaking with her? You can't whisper, so I'm not even gonna look around this stuff. Since so what is World Health Organization? Man, All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. All right, so it is, what is your tone? Look here, what's your tone? Oh, yeah, speak to me, you know. Check your tone. I also know what's coming next. That's 300 points. Empress. So she said, what is stone? So Empress for 300 points. Then Truck Life, Ricardo.
So Empress get it?
Mm-hmm.
300 points.
Mm-hmm. Danielle. Tiffany.
Wow, Empress is
Yeah, I tell you, last week
kicking
she
the
was
board
behind and
out.
last week she was behind and getting frustrated. And look at her this week. She come back with a vengeance. She
May I
said,
tell you?
Caribbean Mothers for 400. After a whooping, what does your mother want you to stop immediately or else? After a whooping, what does your mother want you to stop immediately or else?
I can imagine after she whooped you. After she whooped you, she want to stop that. Can you imagine?
Okay, I see the answer that I'm looking for. What is stop crying before I give you something to cry for? But you don't have that.
I know she whooped you.
That is stop crying. Okay, so let's see, and that is for 400 points. Let's see who first came in with the correct response. Tiffany, what is crying? I have to put the crying, although we know about, but so Tiffany, what is crying? And that is for 400 points. And Danielle, Empress Danielle, Wayne, Sharon, Arlene, all right, and she wants to finish it off for Empress. All right.
Okay, so the score as it is: Daniel on 300 points, Tiffany on 1,000 points, Short Life 1,100 points, and Empress 2,600 points.
All right, so 500. She's finishing off. She's finishing off Caribbean Mothers. When you are rude and mother is upset, what promise might your mother make following her birthing you into this world? When you are rude and mother is upset, what promise might your mother make following her birthing you into this world? Oh, she said I didn't choose. I see CM 500.
Oh, she didn't choose?
Yeah, it's Empress CM 500.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no. Who just got it, Tiffany or Empress?
Tiffany.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Tiffany, I chose for you. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. See with me, guys. I'm having a headache. I tell Brian for concentrate for me, but it's not working out at all.
Because both of you have a headache.
Sorry, guys. Oh, my goodness. What is take? Okay, I see the answer that I am looking for. All right, sorry, Tiffany. All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for. What is I brought you into this world, I can take you out of it.
What a piece of the
All right, and that is for 500 points. All right. So, again, let me apologize to Tiffany. I am trying my best to concentrate. So, let the machine stop. I have another load to put in. Okay. I see what is take you out the world. All right. So I know it's a typo. The phone is what's giving problem. They're changing. So Ricardo, then Truck Life. Because what is take you out the world? And Truck Life said the same thing. What is take you back out? Yeah.
Ricardo got that?
Just push you where you come back from.
Ricardo got
Yeah,
that?
Ricardo
How
got
many
that
points?
one. And that one was for 500.
What? Ricardo stepping strong on the board. Ricardo, your time to choose. And the score as it is, Daniel on 300 points. Ricardo, 500 points. Tiffany, 1,000 points. Truck Life, 1,100. And Empress, 2,600 points.
It depends what is I carry. You come here, I will take you out.
That's where you go.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, Empress. Really, really appreciate that. It's just tiredness. I worked from last week, Saturday until Thursday, one day off, and I'm working from today to Sunday again. So it's taking a toll on me. Tired. Yeah, I'm working tomorrow, 12 hours on Sunday.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I need to finish up the laundry tonight. Okay, so I don't have to ask any other question. Okay. All right, and Ricardo is saying Bible quiz for 500. This animal, oh Lord Jesus, the animal that spoke to Balaam in Numbers 22, verse 21 to 39. So which animal spoke to Balaam? And it's a double point answer. Because of what is misunderstood and need rest. Okay, all right. The preacher's son are run up on with this one. So I see the answer that I am looking for, and I will not delay. What is a donkey? So the donkey spoke to her. And that is for 500 points doubled, so that's 1,000 points. So let's see who first came in that with that correct response. So first on the board with the correct response is Ricardo, then Empress.
So 1,000 points?
Yeah, 1,000 points. So Ricardo, then Empress, Verona, Sharon. Oh, Empress say who is, which is supposed to be what is.
All right. So the score as it is, Daniel on 300 points, Tiffany on 1,000 points, Truck Life 1,100 points, Ricardo 1,500 points, and Empress 2,600 points.
Okay, so that means a donkey can't sing.
All right.
Tiffany said her phone's still acting up, so she hope her points safe. So Ricardo is saying
Yeah,
Bible quiz for 400.
I think Tiffany points is going to be safe. But, well, it's some 500 over there. But depending on who, I think it's safe though.
Your claims so Ricardo means I'm eating jerk pork. Moses had this in his hand and it turned into a serpent. What did Moses have in his hand that turned into a serpent? Moses had this in his hand and it turned into a serpent. All right, I see the answer that I am looking for. You can see a lot of people went to Sunday school.
All right.
What
Sunday
is a
school
rod?
specialist.
What is a rod? And that's for 400 points. Remember, we have double scores still lurking around somewhere in there.
Okay.
So we used up all the double points already, but we have double scores still lurking. And that's for 400 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. So, hold on. Let me see if I'm seeing right and my eyes not playing tricks on me. First on the board with the correct response is Daniel. And that's for 400 more points for Daniel. Then Empress, Ricardo, Okay, they have staff. Wayne, Sharon, Verona, and that's the order in which they came, and Daniel has chosen already.
Okay, so the score as it is, Daniel on 700 points, Tiffany 1,000 points, Short Life 1,100 points, Ricky Ricardo 1,500 points, and Empress 2,600 points in the lead.
All right, so Daniel on fire tonight. He's been practicing him get better every week. Yes,
Yeah, Daniel really that gives some heavy punch.
Improving a lot.
Just like Truck Life. It seems like he's taking the same route as Truck Life.
So I'm going to be a force to reckon with. Ricardo said no more 6 bars for Daniel.
I tell you.
And David used this to slew Goliath. David used this to slew Goliath. What did David use to slew Goliath? All right, it has to be the dual because you can use a hand and throw it. All right, so I see the answer that I'm looking for. And what is a slingshot with a stone? You can't just put a stone because you can't throw the stone or the stone other way. So it has to be a slingshot with a stone. That's how we slew him. Yeah. And that is for 100 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Yep. So I didn't throw the stone. Right. Okay, Ricardo, what is sling and stone? And that is for 100 points. And then Sharon, what is sling and stone? Ricardo.
So who get this one?
Ricardo, 100 points.
100 points for Ricardo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have him.
All right, so Ricardo choosing, he's saying he's finishing off Bible quiz. The secret of Samson's strength. What was the secret of Samson's strength? What was the secret of Samson's strength? Oh my God. What about his hair? What about his hair? You have to say what was important about his hair because it can be short hair, red hair, brown hair, pink hair.
And, yeah.
So what was it about his hair? Okay, I see the answer that I'm looking for. And all of you went to Sunday school, but I needed you to be more specific. Because there's something special about the hair. Yes, it's here, but there's something special about it. It has to be kept a certain way for him to maintain his strength. All right, so what is long hair? So as long as his hair wasn't cut, then he would have keep his strength. So that's for 200 points. All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. Right, so first on the board with the correct response is Empress. What is the length of hair?
And how many points?
What is length of hair, Ricardo and Ricardo?
How many points?
And that was for 200 points. Insurance, what is long here? So it's the same thing, length, long.
So the score is...
Wait. Length can be short, long, medium. Because length just talk about measurement, it's not specific. So it can be long, short,
Yeah.
Yeah. So the person with the long will get it. So that's Sharon. So that's Sharon for 200 points.
Oh, Sharon for 200 points.
So
Wow.
what is long
Sharon
here?
on the board.
Sorry, guys, but we have to rationalize it out. If you say length,
If you say length,
length
it
can mean short, long.
Yes.
In
so what is the
between.
length of your hair?
Is your hair long? Is
the
it
hair
short?
long, short. But Sharon's saying that her the hair is long. Right, so Sharon would get that score.
It, yes. So that's Sharon said
so
finally,
how much that? 200?
That's for 200 points. So Sharon is on the board.
So Sharon is on the board. So the score as it is, Sharon 200 points, Daniel 700 points, Tiffany 1,000 points, Truck Life 1,100 points, and Ricardo 1,600 points. Empress in the lead 2,800 points.
Okay, so congratulations on being on the board to everyone, and then Sharon now needs to choose.
All right.
So one category is left, so just need to tell me how many points you want that category for. Shoulder part. So how many points do you want that from the last category, Sharon? So she wants for 100.
100 points.
This popular household item was used to hold everything from the TV, the radio, figurines, and glasses. Picture frames, you name it, everything went on that. Okay. So this popular household item was used to hold everything from the TV to the radio to the figurine to glasses to picture frames, everything I go on it. And some people still have it in them house today. Yes. And Gilbert did wet up loving their own. And that's for 100 points. Oh, sure, I didn't clear it properly. Oh my goodness. So I see the answer that I'm looking for, and so I'm gonna reveal it, and it's what is a whatnot. So whatnot them typing I have a whatnot, you know, say nothing and everything going on it.
But can you imagine?
100 points.
And then furniture man they used to build some
and
nice
then it's sturdy, you know, yeah. Sturdy furnitures. Some people still have theirs until today.
But even some of the modern days furniture here. You understand the whatnot will still
outlast them because they're mostly baggers and mass production stuff. So
those are the whatnot original wood. Either cedar or maho, you name it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so first with the correct response is Ricardo, then Truck Life, Tiffany, Empress, Sharon.
Ricardo got this?
Jesus, Mary, I need to concentrate on my behalf. You know?
Sir, Ricardo got it for 100.
Hold on. I have to go back up now. Yes, Ricardo.
Truck
Life, Tiffany. All right, so I have to know so then you have to let me go back.
Okay.
Empress, just pay keen attention. Empress, Sharon, and Verona. Oh God, Tiffany, Empress, Tiffany Internet still I give her a problem. Hush. All right, and Ricardo is saying household items for 500.
Okay, so Ricardo get that 100 here.
All right, so 500. And this is the double score answer. Used for lighting, commonly had a shade marked Home Sweet Home. Used for lighting, commonly had a shade marked Home Sweet Home.
Wow.
What? Everybody roll out. All right, and I see the answer that I'm looking for. What is a lamp? So you know those lamps you used to use as
Home
lighting,
sweet
and then you
home.
have the shade. In the morning it black
Yeah.
no hell. You have to
How do you clean
out
it?
with newspaper.
We used to use tissue and clean it.
So
Yeah,
most come and
and
use the
dinner paper too.
newspaper. Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
come and
yeah, yeah.
come and they use newspaper
Mhm.
because then time the tissue now always the tissue if you have
Tissue.
a roll of
Exactly,
tissue.
exactly.
Because you know, so the newspaper have many purposes.
Mhm.
I don't have to name them out on here.
Mhm.
All right, and that's for 500 points. So we're gonna get that 500, and then overall score is gonna be doubled for whoever get this answer. All right. Ricardo said the first me I hear about this. Ricardo, when you born? Let me come back, come on the screen. Let me see if breast milk there, your mouth corner.
You did it.
You have a Dorset Baron. All right. Make refresh again. Somebody around people foot hot tonight.
Get this, yeah.
All right, Baron.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna give you the instructions. Follow me instructions properly,
Okay.
please. You see what somebody name who spelled Daniel.
Mhm.
Put 500 under in name for me, please. I want to have
Yeah,
already.
somebody.
Put 500 penny.
And then double it.
And then add that for me.
What?
Come here, tell you how to do the maths.
Times
And then
two.
multiply
Times
by
two.
2 for me,
Times
please.
two. What?
Daniel, congratulations.
No, this is.
Just said he is young.
Hey, look here. It is the same route that Truck Life took, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And now Daniel now comes show his true strength. So score as it is: Sharon on 200 points, Tiffany 1,000 points, Chuck Life 1,100 points, Ricardo 1,700 points. Second runner up, Daniel 2,400 points.
200.
And Empress 2,800 points. Amazingly, we have 400 on the board, 200 on the board here. Let us see if Daniel can overtake Empress. It doesn't appear, possibly seems like Empress is going to win the night tonight, but we have two more to go. All right.
So no, me not get no points. Empress says she have breast milk of her mouth corner too, cause she never know. Oh my goodness. I never realized I'm so young.
All right.
You're young, bad. Empress Baron, don't call me name. Ricardo, so here how Baron extra now.
Empress, I'm a big friend.
Okay, and Daniel is saying household, so he wants 200 for household.
All right.
All right, this Jamaican item is commonly used to house hair and beauty products and folded clothes. So it's commonly used to house, I must pronounce that, to house hair and beauty products and folded clothes.
Who's gonna get that?
I say all of the young people them are run out. Many of the older folks to run in now. All right, I see what I am looking for. All right, so what is a dresser?
Mm-hmm.
You put the hair products and the beauty products on top, and then you fold the clothes and put in the drawer.
So you know, say why
You come with closet. Oh my goodness, the young people have said closet. All right, so that's for 200 points. So let's see who first came in with the correct response. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. I know, so Empress said long time.
Mm-hmm.
So Empress 200 points.
200 points on Empress.
Mm-hmm. Then Ricardo, Sharon, Daniel. Ricardo said, what is a shit pan? I can't laugh too hard tonight. I say, what is a shit pan? Oh my goodness, and Verona. Does that look like a him? No, you get it. Grace, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday to you. How are you doing?
Bless yourself, Sister Grace.
Hope work is not too hectic for you tonight. Ricardo said, Daniel, can't read no. Just reaching. Let me see if me can get the last 400 points, said mixing. Ricardo said, then watch ambition. I saw we must ambitious, Ricardo. I saw we for ambitious.
What we call us, watch ambition.
What ambitious? What is my point safe? Thank God. So Tiffany is your point safe.
Yeah, Tiffany points seal.
Mixing same day the sheer food like the Last Supper. All right, so 400. Let's see what's under the 400. This popular household item has traveled overseas and continents, cylindrical in shape and holds a variety of items. This popular household item has traveled overseas and continents, cylindrical in shape and holds a variety of items.
Last mindset? The
last one. Okay, and I see what I am looking for. I said it's cylindrical in shape.
Okay.
Right, so what is a barrel? So all who had barrel, let's see who first came in with the correct answer. So it traveled overseas and continents, cylindrical in shape and holds a variety of items. And yes, people, it is used as an old item in some homes because they still use it to store clothes and all of that stuff. Okay, so what is a peace bag? All right, so let's see who first came in with the correct response. What is a grip? Those mean a grip. Okay, truck life. So first on the board with the correct response is truck life for 400 points. Then Empress, Ricardo, Vero. I'm not sure what that is. The phone changed your answer, messed it up there. And Grace is saying, I'm good, not doing the overnight shift not too long ago. Reach home. Okay. Good. Glad to know you got home safe and hope you will get some good rest tonight.
Okay.
All right, so congratulations to all the winners, and thank you guys for playing and making Jeopardy the fun that it is, although I didn't laugh too much tonight because...
And really, for anyone who makes the board, it's a congratulations to them. Sharon makes the board. And the board is a very difficult thing to make because these people who are here, they are very fast. And so then making this board is not really easy. So when we have, of course, this is not the first time Sharon gracing the board.
Has graced the board before.
Sharon
actually got
Sharon graced the board before and won credit, right? Okay, so Sharon is no stranger to the board. So here we have it. Empress taking the lead tonight. 1,000. Credit goes to Empress. And Daniel in second place, right? Daniel pulled through, coming second on 2,400 points. Ricardo came through third, 1,700 points. Truck Life in fourth place, 1,500 points. And Tiffany, 1,000 points. Congratulations to all the winners and looking forward for another Friday, same place, same time.
Hopefully, same time, because I know schedule.
Okay.
All right. So Tammy, naturally, Tammy, welcome. Happy Friday. How are you doing? And okay, so Chuck Life is saying congratulations to all the winners, and well played to all the participants.
Well played game.
Yes, well played, and especially Daniel. Step up in game. Really proud of you, Daniel. Every week you improve us. So as others, and now they're a force to reckon with. So you are gonna be a force to reckon with shortly. We can see that. And Wayne is saying, and we will send the answers next week, and I still want to. Tiffany said, I love these categories. Okay. And Daniel is saying the 544 number.
Okay.
Which number do you want, Empress?
Daniel 544?
Yeah. You have different numbers, so I don't want to mess it up this week. I messed it up not last week, the week before.
I have to. Confusing.
Okay, it's also saying congratulations to all the winners and all the participants. So okay, she said it. I see it, Empress. 846 for Empress.
846.
Yeah. Arlene is still here. Thank you so much.
846 for Empress.
Yeah.
846. Any other numbers?
Ricardo is as usual. Chuck
Ricardo,
Life is usual. Tiffany
usual.
Yeah.
So everything is good.
Yeah. All right. So.
All right. Let me just.
Tiffany, what kind of low blow is that? Unlike me, it's just Unlike me, it's just one number and laughing. Choppers 2 and up. So one more than one number and chopper. No, sir. No, easy. Chuck Life is saying wonderful topic, wonderful game as always. Well done every week. Thank you so much, Chuck Life. And Mixon is saying congratulations to all the winners. Yes, congratulations to all the winners. And Chuck Life is saying Tiffany. With Tiffany, I have number 1. Okay. Send me back here. Okay, Empress is talking to Tiff. Okay, guys, I am not going to stay long for Benty. We're gonna have a real after discussion tonight because honestly my head, I'm having a headache and I'm still doing laundry. It's 8:58 p.m. and I have to work 7:30 in the morning to 7:45 tomorrow night, and then Sunday repeat the same thing. So I am going to bid you all good night for right now until next week. And yes, Baron run gone already. Tired to him up from 5 o'clock this morning. So anyway, guys, I am okay. So I was saying get some rest, Mystic. All those double shifts. Oh, I work 12-hour shifts. Arlene, I work 12-hour shifts. So my regular shifts. Some people work 8, I work 12. Okay. So I eat KFC. Okay. All right, guys. So have a wonderful and blessed weekend. For those who are not working, I hope you get enough rest and entertain yourself as well. We have to try to remember that we need to take care of ourselves, entertain wise, pamper yourself for this weekend, and hope that the coming week will be a productive one for everyone and everybody. Please stay safe, keep blessed, and safe travel on the gravel, I must say. All right, guys. So until next week, bye. Love you all, and thank you so much for your continued support. Really love and appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.